guys, welcome back to another video. I hope everybody has been good, everybody has been staying at home, during this whole COVID-19 period, everybody has been social distancing. So today we're going to be talking about a 2017 Volkswagen Mark 7 GTI. So the Mark 7 GTI is actually a 7th generation of the Volkswagen Golf. It originally came out of the factory with 220 horsepower and 350 Newton meters, also depending on where you're from. You have the performance pack, which is probably a bit more in horsepower and stuff like that. But the one we have here is actually a standard Mark 7 GTI. But it's not what you guys think. This car is not actually original. This car has actually been slightly modified in the power department, in the handling department, and also a bit in the looks department. Alright, so without further ado, let's go check it out right now. Alright guys, so here we have it. It is a white Mark 7 GTI. So as you can see, this car is actually pretty much standard, aside for some wheels, a small drop, and also a mild cosmetic upgrade. So at the front, we have a standard GTI front bumper with a aftermarket front lip. So the owner of this car actually wanted to keep the car looking a little bit more clean, a little bit more subtle, most importantly, looking as close to original as possible. Hence, that's why you can see, the front lip is not something really crazy. It just looks like any other, front lip. But in my opinion, it makes the car look a bit more sporty. It makes the car look a bit more nicer overall. Moving on to the side, we have aftermarket wheels. So in this case, we have 18-inch Varro wheels, which are 8.5 JJ wide and also a plus 42 offset. So the tyres that we're currently running here is actually the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s with a 225/40/18 profile. So these tyres are actually getting more and more popular. I can see why. They are good handling in both the wet and dry. They're actually very, very quiet. And they last pretty long as well. So the wheel specs for the front and rear are actually the same. So we don't have any reverse stagger or any stagger offset here going on. So let's look at the side profile. This car has actually been slightly lowered with a set of Eibach sport springs to just give it a little bit of that, ride height drop and also a bit of stiffness, better handling in the corners. Moving on to the back, if you guys notice, the rear lights are not standard, but they are also not aftermarket. They actually come from the Mark 7.5 GTI and also Golf Rs. So the 7.5 is actually a facelift. Right, so what the difference is, aside from the way it looks, you actually have dynamic signal lights, which are over here. So dynamic signal lights mean to say that once you signal, it is gonna, there's a sweeping motion right here. As you guys can see right now, I'm gonna demonstrate to you guys how the dynamic light works. Let's check it out. Yeah, you guys saw that? So, overall, I think it makes the car look a bit more modern. Comparing with the stock Mark 7 tail lamps, to me, they look a bit dated. Moving down, you can see we have a standard Mark 7 GTI diffuser with an aftermarket exhaust with twin 4-inch tips. So, from the back, maybe you think like, oh, okay, this car might be a bit more modified, since it's got twin 4-inch tips going on. Later on, we'll talk about the performance, alright? So let's dive into the interior. Let's see what do we have here. Oh, the car is locked. Okay, hold on. Let me just unlock it real quick. Alright, so here we have it. We have the interior of the Mark 7 GTI. The interior is actually pretty much stock, I would say. Nothing has been changed. You got these nice semi-bucket looking leather seats and then very, very nice thick rim steering wheel. The only differences, if you guys notice, is that the owner has actually added a pair of paddle shift extensions. Right, so generally these extensions just bolt straight onto the existing paddle shifters, as you guys can see right here. So it actually makes shifting a little bit easier instead of having to just press it over here. You can actually relax your hand over here, shift up, shift down, And these are actually pretty cheap mods as well. So it's something that can be considered if you guys want to have a little bit more shifting feel. Alright, after this, let's check out the engine bay. Like I said, this car is not stock. So it is currently running a stage 2 tune, pushing out 300 wheel horsepower and also 430 Newton meters of torque. Or is it 440? I'm not sure. But somewhere around there, 430 to 440 on wheel. Okay, as you guys can see, what's been done to it pretty much looks standard. You still got the TSI engine cover right here. Alright, so let me walk you guys through it. What we have here is a integrated engineering open port intake system, made in the US, actually very, very good quality. Moving forward, we have a 3-inch downpipe custom made by Eibach over here in Malaysia. It also has been heat wrapped, if you guys notice. In the front end, we have a Wagner tuning aftermarket intercooler, which you guys can't really see because it's hidden behind. But yeah, I'm sure it's there. It's there. I've seen it. It's there. Let's see if we can check it out right here. Yeah, it's over there. Alright, so that's all the car has. Full bolt-ons, basically we'll call it a stage 2 full bolt-on. So what is a stage 2? Most people tell me, hey bro, my car stage 2 lah. What is stage 2? I don't know, stage 2 lah, 300 horsepower, stage 2. Okay, so what stage 2 means is usually what tuners would recommend for a stage 2. Okay, the stage 2 is basically just a tuning file that they will upload to your ECU. Alright, so they'll upload it, they'll plug it in a laptop via your OBD and OBD2 and tune it. So in this case, for stage 2, okay, usually tuners will recommend minimum an aftermarket downpipe and also an aftermarket intercooler. That is the bare minimum. At least I would like to believe that's the bare minimum lah. So what this owner did is he has actually a full intake, downpipe and exhaust combination, plus a stage 2 tune with a pop and bang crackle map. Alright, so it's actually pretty cool because when you drive it in D, it's all normal, it's all good. As soon as you push it to sport mode, that's where the crackle comes in. So to me, it's an advantage because you don't want your car to be popping and banging everywhere you go. Especially around the neighborhood or in the mall. People are just going to be looking like, what's up with that guy, man? So you can always choose to have it quiet, or if you just want to go full crazy, you can just switch it to sport mode and just go bang everywhere you want, right? So this car also has a valvetronic exhaust system, which I will show you guys later. So what does that mean? Valvetronic means to say there is a valve inside the back box, so you can switch it on and off via this remote control right here. So if you guys want to go out late night, you don't want to wake your parents up by starting the car, just turn it off. It's going to go almost as quiet as stop. But as soon as you hit the highway, you want to hear some noise, you want to have some spirited driving, you want to have some fun. Just turn it on, and it's going to be good. So yeah, so basically that's almost what we have here, almost everything we have here. Hi guys, we are currently inside the car right now. The owner has kindly given me the keys to his car, so we're just going to take it for a drive. We're just going to go down and just going to make a U-turn and come back, just see what 300 horsepower front wheel drive feels like. It's not going to be too long of a review because as you can see, we are in an open space right now. We are not on the highway or whatsoever, so we're just going to do like maybe 2 pulls. So I'll try my best to tell you guys how does it feel driving this car. So let's give it a go right now. Right, so we put it to D and S and we are off. Right, so in slow speeds, right, the car actually feels like a very, very standard car. It actually feels no different from the factory, aside from the fact that it has got a louder exhaust system. It feels very, very refined, as per most new German cars, European cars, in general. Aircon is cold, seats are comfortable, the steering is decently light, even though it's got wider tyres. No. The tyres are actually the same. They are still running 225s like from the factory. So driving it, you can just drive it every day. Doesn't feel heavily modified. I mean, it is not actually heavily modified, but for the kind of horsepower that you expect, you expect to be like maybe a little bit rough and a little bit unrefined. Even the car, it's riding on Eibach springs, it feels very, very composed over these uneven roads, Alright, so now we're in second gear. Let's put it to sport mode. Let's see right now, sport mode. Alright, let's give it a feel. Start from second gear, full throttle. Feels good. It actually pulls really, really Really, really good. She pulls very, very decent. Boost comes in just about 3,000, ends about close to 6,000. But that's what you get, like, you know, with a stock turbo car. I mean, a stock from the factory turbo with a tune on it. You won't sacrifice the power band. You know, like, you know, if some cars you upgrade to a bigger turbo, like for most old school cars, older cars, you know, it tends to push the power band up into the higher rev range. But of course, you know, current time and day, we have so many modern turbos that are big but also responsive at the same time. Right, so okay, let's do another one. You know, we're gonna start from first gear. We're gonna give it wheel spin. Yeah, it feels good, feels good, feels good. Alright guys, we're gonna do one more last pull from first gear. So let's get it. Full throttle, wheel spin, second gear, third gear. That was brakes are strong as well. This car is actually still running the stock GTI brakes. The owner told me actually he's gonna upgrade the brakes very, very soon, hopefully in the next 1 month or two. I'm not too sure what is he going for. But he did tell me that he's more inclined in towards the 4-port, you know, maybe by AP Racing or Brembo. So, you know, let's see, hopefully he gets his brake done soon. I mean, I think it's quite sufficient for what it is. You know, but maybe after some track driving or some hard driving, it definitely will tend to fade. So I think a good upgrade would be either a bigger brake system, maybe 4-port or 6-port, depending on what you like. Or maybe you can just go for the basics. You upgrade your pads, you upgrade your fluid, you upgrade your rotors. That should be very, very sufficient for, you know, for what you need already. Yeah, it's responsive. This car is actually running a stage 2 tune by VTE. So what they do is, instead of having an off-the-shelf map, they fine-tune your car to however you like it, you know. So some people might say like, oh, stage 2, but it's only running 300 wheel horsepower, right? So it's not as powerful as maybe some other stage 2s you see outside. You know, some people I know of are doing 320, 330 with 450 Nm of torque, you know. But then again, the owner of this car actually wanted the car to be tuned down a little bit for the reliability's sake. Like, you know, he takes care of his car very, very well. So I think he just wanted to have a peace of mind, in the sense that he knows that he has 300 horsepower, and if he beats on the car, it's not going to give him any issues. So I think that's a very, very fair point for me. You know, if it was my car, I probably would have done the same, maybe a little bit more power, maybe like 310. I don't know, but well, overall I can't complain much. It's a nice car, it's very comfortable. You can daily drive it, it's good on fuel, you can drive it to the track, you can drive it back, you know. So I would say it's a very, very good all-rounder lah. Alright guys, so that's the end of the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section what would you guys like to see, what other cars would you guys like to see. I'll try my best to deliver it to you guys. So last but not least, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and stay safe. See you guys.